Welcome back to The Vocalist. My name is Bethany, and today we are listening to Nightwish again. This is my second time hearing the group, although I did listen to Flora a couple of other times just so I could get better acquainted with her voice. I am a voice teacher, so the goal is to talk about technique, but they're very captivating to watch. So I think my first reaction, I just got sucked in and didn't say much. So we'll see what happens today. We are going to be listening to a live performance of the song Storytime. So here we go.
I think it's time for a little story. It's definitely story time.
I already love the build. Okay. I won't go back, but I love, actually I have to go back. I'm sorry. She did like a tiny bit of a growl the second time she said story, which I thought was so cool. Let me see if I can find it.
It's definitely story time.
Yeah, when she says story time, she's got a little bit of that like false chord coming together. Oh, that's so cool. I really love how this builds. Starting with the keys. I'll do it one more time.
It's definitely story time.
This is so cool.
It was the night before, ran all through the world. No words, no dreams, then Monday. I ride by a fire, imagine all the fire. Took a journey into a childless heart. Painter on the shore, imagine all the world. Waiting in a snowflake on this cover for the poetry. Canvas of the world, planet Earth falling back into the stars.
Every time. I just have so much respect for this woman. She's such a good musician. I love the tone of her voice. It's got just that like that classic rock sound that is so like present and boomy and like rich, but also is like laser focused. And so you can just tell like she's got the most perfect placement of resonance because it soars through. There's a lot of music here. There's a lot of like orchestration and all of these instruments. And yeah, I know you can set levels with mics and everything, but there's just this quality about her voice that just cuts through it all. And I love that. The intonation though, that's what struck me most here is like all these little like chromatic half steps, like weird sort of melodic patterns that we don't hear as often, in Western music. She's like nailing each of these pitches. I'm going back. I can't help myself.
It was the night before, ran all through the world. No words, no dreams, then Monday. I ride by a fire, imagine all the fire. Took a journey into a childless heart. Painter on the shore, imagine all the world. Waiting in a snowflake on this cover for the poetry. Canvas of the world, planet Earth falling back into the stars.
And that like powerful boomy sound. It's so gorgeous. Man, even just hearing it that second time, more and more amazed by what she's doing. The other thing I love is you've got this like pulsing sound, that pulsing beat underneath you, and she's just like cool as a cucumber on top of it. Like, it's the most gorgeous legato line that creates this beautiful contrast. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be so annoying rewinding this so much. When she is up in that beautiful, like, I'd say it's still a chest voice, maybe a little bit of a mix, but as she goes down, like, the colors shift is so beautiful. Right there. And then she added that gorgeous, like, breathy, this woman. Okay, here we go. Ooh. She's doing so many cool things. I just love that she's not afraid to really switch things up, to like create different colors and textures and just take advantage of everything her voice can do. And so she even had like kind of like it was slightly more like speech-like in there, but she was still like phonating and still like sustaining pitch, but it just sounded more like she was talking. And then of course she's got that like raspy quality that she allows in every once in a while, that breathy, beautiful, angelic sound. Like, there's so many things, so many sounds that come out of this one person. It's so beautiful. Oh, hold on. I knew she could do this. I knew she could do this from what I've heard previously, but she's just so smart. I think It's really hard to not just adore a singer who is so smart. I love the musical interlude for a few reasons. Obviously, we get to hear more of the musicians and they have their moment, which I love because they're so talented. But on a like the vocal side of things, I love that they're giving the singer a little break, especially when you're transitioning from more of like that mix belt into a more head dominant like vocal production, because it's not that it's difficult, it's just that it's nice to like allow everything. It's nice when a singer can just relax, and if any sort of tension or fatigue has been building throughout the song, they have the opportunity to sort of take a moment. Not that she needs it. I mean, but still, I think it was just so beautifully done and beautifully arranged. I want to hear that again because it's so good. You could see really, really beautifully there, like just the tiniest like smile, which helps to widen the palette, which is a beautiful technique. I've said it before. You can almost, this is what blew me away, just how smart she is. When you're singing ah, there are a lot of variations on the vowel ah, and it can feel very tall and dark, it can feel very bright and wide, and so you can hear just the tiniest shift as she goes up. She's modifying ever so slightly just so that everything, the sound kind of stays in alignment. Like it doesn't go from like one drastic sound to another. I'm gonna try and point it out. I think it was I think it was on that third one. No, wait. Fourth one? Oh, let me go back a little bit more. Okay, so those three notes sounded identical. We're gonna do that one more time. It's just like the tiniest shift, but vowel modification is so smart because it's science. Like, it's a matter of recognizing that certain frequencies, certain notes prefer certain vowels. And so when you know which frequencies and which vowels sort of match up, it just helps like make singing that much more effortless. And she's doing it so beautifully last time. I love that sound. Hold on. I don't know if I'm going to find the right spot. When she did, it was either, I think it was Moonlit. But she just had the coolest effect on that. Let me see if I can. right there. It was like the tiniest little lilt. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, sliding is so smart. It's so smart. It just literally whenever you're ascending, you're stretching your chords, and so sometimes it just makes all the difference in the world when you can like build in something so technically beautiful in a melodic line. It's just so smart. One more time. That mix sound, I love it so much. It's the best of both worlds. I'm really having a hard time explaining this because whenever you get to that like sort of like scream mix place in the range, well, depending on the singer. In some singers, that part of their range, it can either veer on the side of a little bit more classical, or it definitely sounds very like chest dominant. And hers is, I feel like it's perfectly equal. It's such a gorgeous sound. One more time. Ugh. I know that was a lot of pausing. I'm sorry. Honestly, I could have done more. I could have pointed out so many other things because she is just such a technically brilliant singer. And I wish I knew about this kind of music like decades ago. Fun fact, I grew up in Iowa. So when someone said metal music, my mind went to Slipknot. Like I had no idea there were all of these subgenres of this type of music. I'm also impressed that this is a live performance. The audio quality, sound engineering, mixing, all of that's incredible. But vocally, her intonation, her precision is just next level. And especially when you're in a live setting like this, it's so easy to get caught up in the emotions and the adrenaline and let that affect your breath. And nope, I know they're professionals, but there are professional groups or artists out there that don't deliver that kind of quality in a live setting. So they're just such a treat to watch. You guys know that. Anywho, that's it for today. So thank you guys so much for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.